renewed push to revive national dialogue on constitutional reform, the Center for Research and Policy Development, in collaboration with the West Africa Democracy Solidarity Network, WADEMOS, on Tuesday hosted a high-level national town hall meeting centered on the 2024 draft constitution. Under the theme Strengthening Democratic Governance through Inclusive Constitutional Dialogue, the event convened a broader spectrum of stakeholders, including traditional leaders from the North Bank region, civil society representatives, youth and women leaders, and religious figures to deliberate on the content and feature of the newly drafted national document. This gathering represents a critical juncture in the Gambia's democratic transition, coming in the wake of the failed 2020 draft constitution in the National Assembly. Advocates view the 2024 draft as a fresh opportunity to place citizens at the heart of the governance reform and rebuild a more inclusive and accountable state. In his opening remarks, CRPD Executive Director Said Matijau stressed the importance of inclusive public engagement in crafting a constitution that embodies the aspiration of all Gambians. Said highlights several community engagement activities conducted across various regions over the past 6 months, referencing some of the feedbacks received from the public.
Face-to-face engagement, that is, across the country, people express frustration over being sidelined in decisions that affect their future. For instance, Modou Sarr in SAO reminded us that the failure of the 2020 draft has left citizens wary and that without clear explanations, people are unlikely to vote. And Chief Dembasi in Jau also stressed that transparency in explaining amendments is crucial. And Joseph Mendy in Somita warned that spending millions on the constitution without public ownership is like throwing money in the trash. These are not just criticisms, they are calls to return the process to the people. 2, women and youth are not waiting for permission, they are asserting their stake. From LRR to CRR, women leaders like Maria Manjai emphasized that citizens' opinion must be represented in parliament and that respect for the people is essential. Fatuba in Sami Jalokoto called for the use of community representatives to lead the continued dialogue, and Maria Madem in Kuntaya likened the communication breakdown to a family where decisions are made behind closed doors. Their voices are clear, they don't want symbolism, they want substance.
Grace Moshe Amo, speaking on behalf of WADEMOS, a regional pro-democracy platform, believes that organizing forums and town hall sessions is a practical approach to engage people from all walks of life. These initiatives aim to deepen public understanding of the 2020 draft constitution, raise awareness about its reform, and highlight key provisions such as presidential term limit. The organization has called on all stakeholders to collaborate actively in the constitutional reform process.
I would like to entreat all stakeholders, policymakers, international partners, media, civil society organizations, and others present here to collaborate and strive for the realization of the constitutional reform agenda in the Gambia. This is equally important for the upcoming presidential elections. I would also like to commend CRPD for the initiative to organize the public dialogues, which is in line with the achievements of the broader Sustainable Development Goals, particularly SDG 16, that seeks to promote peaceful and inclusive societies, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels.
Madam Yadiko Njai Eribo, chairperson of Tango, highlighted the significance of the event, noting that it will greatly contribute to the nation's collective effort. She emphasized the immense value of the Constitution hold as a true reflection of the will of the people.
The Constitution is not just for a few. Let us remember, history is going to judge us if we don't get this thing right. The next generation that's coming up, we will either do right by them or wrong by them, just by how we conduct this constitutional review. Let this be the moment when we write a new chapter for the Gambia. Let's remember the Gambia, not only in law, but in the hearts and hope of our people.
This discussion at the town hall focused on critical themes such as embedding presidential term limits, decentralizing governance to empower local councils, promoting gender equality, and enhancing institutional checks and balances. Representing traditional authorities of the North Bank region, local chiefs voiced their support for the process, stressing that rural communities must be meaningfully included in the national reform effort. They also raised specific concern about certain provisions, particularly those related to term limits.
Term limit sign opposition as presidential candidate. Term limit
dëgg baax na jiiti réew am terme limite waaye yeneen jiiti nag te ñoo ñëpp tamit benn kàrta moo leen fal
kantu tafalo me gra yow to am woto fenne murta keta je ko tenke me ya tinna be murla debite ko mo femo men keta je na la fatale ali wala fonye na moy na tara fenne to fenne be min je abota ja josa ta fendola ali wala fonye.
CRPD and WADEMOS reaffirmed their commitment to expanding civic engagement through ongoing consultation nationwide and utilizing media platforms to promote informed public discourse. As the Gambia moves cautiously into the next phase of the constitutional deliberation, stakeholders agree on one thing: this time, the process must not fail. For TFN News, Aliu Jallo.